Welcome back to Pride Reviews. There's no time like the present, but sometimes you just want to visit the past. Forbidden romances, defiance in the face of bigotry, and of course, some pretty fantastic costumes are all hooks of gay period dramas. But these films also provide us with a look at gay history. These 20 movies will take you back in time. But first, if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about more new weekly updates.
Strange Way of Life. Queer auteur Pedro Almodovar's entry into the gay cowboy subgenre is one that can't and won't get over. Set in the 1860s and starring two of our favorite heartthrobs, Pedro Pascal and Ethan Hawke, this short film follows two former lovers reunited after 25 years, but now on opposite sides of the law. Wish this was a full-featured film. Of an Age is a 2022 Australian romantic drama film written and directed by Goran Stolevski. The film stars Elias Anton as Cole, a Serbian immigrant in Australia who enters a brief but intense romance with Adam, the brother of his ballroom dance partner. Anton and Green give incredible, moving performances, with every emotion expressed subtly yet felt deeply. This was a brilliant piece of Australian cinema that deserves to be seen. Great work. Of an Age is slow to start, and it has quite an abrupt end, but the rest of the film more than makes up for it. Not satisfied with the result of a murder investigation in Warsaw's gay community, an officer in 1980s communist Poland resolves to uncover the truth. Operation Hyacinth is a 2021 Polish film directed by Piotr Domalewski, written by Marcin Syastin and starring Tomasz Zajatek, Hubert Milkowski, and Marek Kalita. The drama is based on the Operation Hyacinth, which was a secret mass operation of the Polish Communist Police carried out in the years 1985 to 87. Its purpose was to create a national database of all Polish homosexuals and people who were in touch with them. The film was well received by critics. The plot is excellent and Tomasz Zajatek does an outstanding performance. Definitely a must-see. This docudrama series, by Ryan Murphy, stars Ewan McGregor as the iconic, queer fashion designer Halston. American fashion designer Halston skyrockets to fame and builds an empire before his life starts to spin out of control. The aesthetic was incredible, too. The end felt wonderfully like the end of an 80s movie. You can always tell when an actor is pretty good when you forget who they are as they become or morph into the character they are portraying. Set in 1968, a group of gay friends gather together for a birthday party for their friend Harold, Zachary Quinto. However, the night takes a dramatic turn with a drinking game causes issues in the friend group to come to light. The film also stars Jim Parsons, Matt Bomer, Andrew Rannells, and Charlie Carver. Kudos to the boys in the band for capturing something so profound and deep, and a story so necessary and worth telling. Each character was distinct and believable. The setting was close and intimate, but not claustrophobic. This 1997 drama with Stephen Fry in the title role follows the life of Oscar Wilde in the late 1800s. A young Jude Law plays Wilde's handsome lover, poet Lord Alfred Douglas. Well-written script, beautiful cinematography, and an amazing performance by Stephen Fry. This film was one of the best to appear in the late 90s and is a sensitive, involving, honest, and moving biography of one of the greatest writers of the Victorian era, the infamous Oscar Wilde. Maurice is a 1987 British romantic drama film directed by James Ivory, based on the 1971 novel Maurice by E.M. Forster. The film stars James Wilby as Maurice, Hugh Grant as Clive, and Rupert Graves as Alec. Two male English school chums find themselves falling in love at Cambridge. To regain his place in society, Clive gives up his forbidden love, Maurice, and marries. While staying with Clive and his shallow wife, Anne, Maurice finally discovers romance in the arms of Alec, the gamekeeper. Written from personal pain, it's E.M. Forster's story of coming to terms with sexuality in the Edwardian age. The story was solid, the acting was fantastic, and the sets and costumes were beautiful. This 1998 film recounts the fictionalized last days of Frankenstein director James Whale, Ian McKellen, in the 1950s. Whale has retired and lives with his housemaid Hannah, who cares for him but disapproves of his homosexuality. Whale begins a friendship with a young, handsome gardener Clayton Boone, Brendan Fraser, who doesn't return Whale's feelings. A great movie for any fans of the late Whale, or anyone looking for a true human drama. As an understated, character-driven drama, Gods and Monsters is elegant indeed, Ian McKellen's performance stunning. Capote is a 2005 biographical film that follows Truman Capote during the writing of In Cold Blood in the late 50s and early 60s. Philip Seymour Hoffman won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his portrayal of Capote. Truman Capote, a writer, travels to Kansas with his partner to research a murder case for his new book. Soon, he shows compassion towards the killers and develops a relationship with one of them. All in all, Capote is a very good film with a lot of truly impressive character moments and emotional weight. This 2008 biopic based on the life of Harvey Milk, the first openly gay person to be elected to public office in California, begins on Milk's 40th birthday in 1970s New York and chronicles his activism, romantic relationships, and assassination. It delivers a story both modest and epic. Harvey Milk was remarkable not by birth, but in reaction to circumstances. Christopher and His Kind is a 2011 BBC television film. It tells the story of Christopher Isherwood's exploits in Berlin in the early 1930s. The film, adapted by Kevin Elliott from Isherwood's autobiography Christopher and His Kind, was produced by Mammoth Screen and directed by Jeffrey Sachs. The divinely decadent Berlin cabaret scene is in full swing when a young and wide-eyed Christopher Isherwood arrives in the city to stay with his close friend and occasional lover, the poet W.H. Auden. To Isherwood's reserved English sensibility, the city's thriving gay subculture is thrilling. However, Christopher soon finds himself heartbroken after the failure of a hopeless love affair, and so sets out on a process of self-discovery. It was a wonderful 90 minutes, and if you haven't watched it yet, you're in for a treat. Matt Smith is incredible in it. If you just can't get enough Christopher Isherwood, A Single Man is based on his novel of the same name. Tom Ford's directorial debut stars Colin Firth as a gay university professor living and grieving in California in 1962. George wants to kill himself after his partner of 16 years dies in a car accident. On his last day, his chance meetings with students, colleagues, and his best friend Charlie help him make a decision. Phenomenal. This movie was so elegant and poignant. It moved me deeply. Colin Firth brilliantly played the grieving and anguished George, whose world fell apart when he lost his partner, Jim. Firth did an outstanding job of showing the nuances of emotions in his expressions and voice. I really felt for him and could relate to his sadness. Another Country is a 1984 romantic period drama loosely based on the life of openly gay spy and double agent Guy Burgess, Guy Bennett in the film, in the 1930s, and stars Colin Firth, Carrie Elwes, the Princess Bride, and out actor Rupert Everett. Another Country is a very telling portrait of life at one of England's top private schools in the 1930s. On the surface, everything looks perfect. Privileged youth frolics in a variety of beautiful locations, whilst receiving the best education money could buy. This 2010 film explores the 1957 obscenity trial of poet Allen Ginsberg's poem Howl. James Franco stars as Ginsberg, and Aaron Tveit stars as poet and Ginsberg's life partner Peter Orloff-Sky. Allen Ginsberg, a famous American poet responsible for starting the Beat Generation movement in literature, penned the poem Howl that required him to face a trial for obscenity. This is one of my all-time favorite films. It's very artsy, inspiring, and crudely entertaining at times. A film that feels like poetry itself. Fast-paced and raw poetry. A Love to Hide is a French film that takes place during World War II. A young Jewish girl tries to escape the Third Reich after her parents and sister are killed trying to escape to England. She's sheltered by her gay childhood friend Jean and his lover Philippe. A Love to Hide is exquisitely filmed and acted, and I honestly cannot find a single flaw in its execution. It was so gripping and full of emotional ups and downs that you just don't know if you can take any more. A beautiful, epic Western, Brokeback Mountain's love story is imbued with heartbreaking universality thanks to moving performances by Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal. Winner of 3 Academy Awards, including Best Director, Brokeback Mountain is a sweeping epic that explores the lives of 2 young men, a ranch hand and a rodeo cowboy, who meet in the summer of 1963 and unexpectedly forge a lifelong connection. The complications, joys, and heartbreak they experience provide a testament to the endurance and power of love. Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal deliver emotionally charged, remarkably moving performances in a movie that is destined to become one of the great classics of our time. Firebird is a 2021 romantic war drama film directed, co-written, and co-produced by Peter Rebane in his feature directorial debut, based on Sergei Fedosov's memoir The Story of Roman. The film stars Tom Pryor, who also co-wrote and co-produced, Oleg Zagorodny and Diana Potsharskaya. Set in the Soviet Air Force during the Cold War, it tells the true story of forbidden love between a private and a fighter pilot. At the height of the Cold War, a troubled soldier forms a forbidden love triangle with a fighter pilot and his female comrade amid the dangerous surroundings of a Soviet Air Force base. This is a beautiful film filled with love and tension, and one that should not be missed by all sexes. Set in 1950s Britain, Tom, Harry Styles, is a police officer who ends up falling for a male school teacher, David Dawson. The two fall into a passionate affair, set against the backdrop of a time and place where homosexuality was still illegal. The Brighton setting is absolutely stunning, as are the actors. At a glance, it's a competent flick. It's a period piece, a character study, a slow burn. But above all, My Policeman is an effective love story. Benediction is a 2021 biographical romantic drama film written and directed by Terence Davies. Siegfried Sassoon, a veteran of World War I, returns home to criticize the government's decision to continue the war. As he achieves fame with his poetry, Siegfried tries to find salvation in life. The late Terence Davies, who passed away last year, was one of British cinema's great gay filmmakers, though he never explored queerness on screen until this, his final feature, a lyrical, emotionally lacerating biopic of gay poet and war veteran Siegfried Sassoon, played at different ages by Jack Lowden and Peter Capote. Saul Armendariz, a gay amateur wrestler from El Paso, rises to international stardom after he creates the character Cassandro, the Liberace of Lucha Libre. In the process, he upends not just the macho wrestling world, but also his own life. Overall, Cassandro is a passionate portrayal of a man who decided to live his truth openly and unapologetically. It's hilarious and typical of the theatrical flair that draws audiences to all forms of professional wrestling.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out this other recent clips from Pride Reviews. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.